27 in the country, Brody. Baumann for the Gophers, ranked number 24 in the country, Clayton Whiting. Baumann was an 8th place finisher at the Big Tens last year and went 0-2 at NCAAs. Well, had 12-16 record last year. 2-time Indiana high school state champ.
Yep. He's a Wildcat from Evansville, modern day.
This is a big one for you, being an Indiana native. You know all of the mascots for all the high schools.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to get a lot of interesting info on the inner workings of Indiana high school wrestling today.
Rivalry in the Williams household. My brother was attended Purdue, and I'm obviously went to Minnesota. And
have you exchanged text messages at all today?
We don't talk on these duels.
Yeah, that's smart. We'll talk tomorrow.
Little bit of tidbit. Vega, one of the assistant coaches for Purdue, used to wrestle the head coach for modern day back and forth all the time in Indiana.
Really? Okay. I've got a lot of nuggets on assistant coach Leroy Vega. Leroy obviously spent a fair amount of time in Minnesota. He was a 3-time All-American for the Gophers. And he's back here today as an assistant coach for Purdue.
It's very hard to see him. If the camera gets a lock on Vega, you're really going to have to zoom in.
Clayton Whiting, a 4-time Wisconsin state champion in high school. Wrestled for the Ashburn Wrestling Academy, AWA.
Both guys battling hard in here and staying in the middle of the mat, which the fans like to see.
Both these guys similarly ranked. As we said, Whiting's 24, Baumann's 27. This is probably a pretty big match for seeding at the Big Ten tournament. Both guys, any spot you can move up helps a lot in the Big Ten. As good as some of those top-ranked guys are,
it's just a grinder of a tournament.
The 6th seed helps a lot over the 7th seed, which helps a lot over the 8th seed. Because then you don't see the 1 or the 2 right away in the quarters, which is the first session of the Big Ten tournament. It's always very crazy to me how quickly that tournament progresses.
A nice little cross single and sits Whiting down. Whiting still working here and close to the edge of the mat.
Bauman's got a cradle locked up.
And time runs out.
Must not have quite had it locked. Head coach, or the head referee and assistant both had good views of that. They say no points on the edge there.
Purdue's head coach holding the challenge brick, and I don't think he's going to throw it.
Yeah, Baumann's going to go down to start the second. Dan, were you a splits guy in defense there when the guy gets in on a single leg?
Absolutely not.
No, okay.
I wish, but back in our tenure at Minnesota, there was very little stretching.
Why would you stretch? Let's just lift more weights. Whiting trying to mat return. Baumann staying up, doing a good job, staying on his feet. And he cuts away, gets his 1-point escape. So first point on the board.
Baumann did a good job scrambling out and not giving up that takedown. Pretty slick leg attack by Baumann, and a couple more seconds, and that's 3 points for the Boilermakers.
Whiting trying to use, you can see he's kind of using his right hand to measure distance there a little bit with the space, trying to close that gap, set up his offense. I would say Baumann probably has a bit of I would say speed advantage and length advantage. Yeah. Maybe nod strength-wise to Whiting.
Definitely the height. That made it hard for Whiting to do a mat return.
What I also noticed too, Whiting, black shoes, black socks. Baumann, white shoes, white socks. Very good fashion out of both these guys. You can't mix them up.
I wonder if they'll trade like one sock and one shoe after this duel.
Kind of a jersey swap situation.
Whiting a straight single leg attempt and
runs into a brick wall.
Yeah. Good head defense by Baumann. And here we go. Going into the third period, Baumann wins, or is leading 1-0. Coach Becker on the side telling Whiting to get to his feet and take some angles instead of just straight on attacks.
Whiting up to his feet, kind of same situation, and did a good job of staying up on his feet. Both Baumann and Whiting, when they got to their feet, they stayed on their feet. And you see that sometimes guys will try to do like a standing switch or a standing Granby, and sometimes those moves work, but.
Yep, and as soon as Whiting got off his knee, he attacked hands right away.
Yeah, when you get to your feet, stay on your feet. Force that your opponent to mat return you.
One-to-one, just a little bit of riding time advantage for Whiting. One minute left in the third.
Another thing, both guys got school logos on their headgears. I wish I would have had that.
Yeah.
A little flair.
Some nice headgears. They're not wearing Russell Athletic. Whiting in on a single leg shot. Baumann with the
shin wizard trying to defend it.
30 seconds left.
Now Bowman's in on a leg and he's got it up. Same kind of situation we had in the first with Baumann having a single leg up.
Oh my
and Whiting kicks loose.
15 seconds left. 1-1. What an exchange.
Both guys kind of looked at like, all right, let's slow it down a little bit after that.
Bring this to
that
OT.
situation. Take them to deep waters. All right, so we got 2 minutes overtime here.
Again, this is a huge takedown opportunity, not just for the team score, but Big Ten seeding criteria. Whiting's ranked 24th in the country. Baumann's ranked 27th. One-to-one, but there's been a lot of action and exchange this match.
Baumann in on attack on that lead leg.
And then Whiting just says hips, hips.
The stalemate's going to be called. We're coming back up. We got 1:22 to go in this overtime period.
Good job by the ref by stopping that and just bringing him back up. Locked horns.
Halfway through this overtime period. If it still is tied at the end of it, we'll go to a ride out. Baumann did score the first point, so I believe he would have choice. So you might see a little more sense of urgency out of Clayton Whiting, and just as I say that, he drives through, finishes a bit of a
reshot.
Yeah, good reshot, finishes that takedown for a 4-1 win in overtime. Gives the Gophers 3 more team points. They now lead in this duel 8-0 after 2 matches.
Just such a good job staying in position.
System.
Yep. Flynn not 100% himself.
Yeah, he
still gets the nod to go.
Got his knee tweaked a little bit in that match against Brandon McCrone from Ohio State on Friday night. Dropped a tough decision there. But a good opportunity to kind of get back on track, a little bit. Quintero's a freshman for Purdue, as we said, out of Placenta, California.
The refs have been doing a great job so far this duel, stopping stalemates and letting these guys wrestle for the full 7 minutes.
Both guys just kind of, like I said, feeling each other out a little bit, battling for head position here. Got horns locked.
0-0 with a minute 40 left in the first.
Flynn, a NCAA qualifier a year ago, went 1-2 at the NCAA tournament. He was second in the ACCs, wrestling for Virginia Tech, transfer over the offseason this past year. I was excited to see Matt Ramos, today. Just like Ramos started his collegiate career up here at Minnesota, spent 2 years here, redshirted, and then Olympic redshirted before heading down to Purdue. But by all accounts, just was a great teammate, great kid, great student.
And Purdue is a little bit closer to Chicago, Chicagoland, where he's from, and you have Vega there as well, and in Minnesota's lineup at the time, you had Patrick McKee and
Troy Spratley.
Oh, Troy, yep.
There's a few 125-pounders on the team at that point.
Yeah, Ramos is fun to watch. Very dangerous and can score points from anywhere. So 30 seconds left in the first period. No scores yet. Flynn tries like an arm drag attempt, but at the same time, Quintero shoots in on a double. And we are 0-0 going into the second period.
So Cooper Flynn will start bottom at the second period.
Quintero very tough on top right here. A lot of pressure. Flynn does a good job getting to his feet. It's a Granby right out of bounds.
Flynn up to his feet.
Out.
1 point is Steve Flynn. You gotta keep moving, folks. Excuse me, guys.
We're a little jammed up here behind us. We have a special guest getting a lot of...
John Jones is sitting right behind us right now, and there's like 40,000 kids immediately behind us. Cooper Flynn trying to run corner.
Quintero's still trying to fight it, reaches back for a...
Chin whip.
Yeah.
Now he's
dives underneath for a leg. And
3 points awarded for the takedown for Cooper Flynn.
Cooper Flynn awarded that field goal point. Yes.
As you can see, yeah, we got a bit of a cluster behind us right now.
The big man. Big man is in the building. And then also it is confirmed that Cole Conrad, the polar bear, was here too. It's supporting a Minnesota Gopher shirt, but then also a Vega trained shirt underneath.
Showing no bias today.
Cooper Flynn doing a good job working on a head wedge and tight waist. There we go. Ref doesn't like it. We need some more action. Stalemate.
18 seconds to go in the second period. 28 seconds of riding time for Flynn. He leads 4-0. Quintero will have choice in the third period.
Flynn throws a leg in. Quintero's up to his feet, and that is a stalling call.
Flynn, I think Flynn's trying to talk to the ref, tell him, I can't let him go. I want to let him go. I can't let him go. Ref's like, oh, you got a choice. You can make a choice. Quintero start down. So Flynn with one stall warning now. Quintero back to his feet.
Breaks him down, then throws a boot in.
Yeah. Trying to stretch him out. Quintero gotta keep that left leg underneath of him the best he can.
Now he has a bar. Quintero trying to keep a solid base, but Flynn just inching him down.
Just slowly but surely. Yeah, stalemate's gonna get called. Just not a lot happening there. Quintero get a fresh start on bottom. Flynn has riding time up to a minute 29.
Minute 16 left in the third period. So that was a prime example of what Flynn was arguing with the ref. Quintero gets up to his feet and is holding his hands where he can get away, but he's trying to get that stall call and then escape.
That's just smart wrestling there. I like it. Good job, Quintero.
Mat sense, full.
Why not? Why make the escape 1 point? Let's make it 2. Quintero's trying to press here.
Do you think they drill that at practice?
I mean, Purdue is a very good academic school. They're smarter than we are. There's no doubt about that.
Quintero picking up the pace, really moving his hands and feet on the edge of the mat.
Flynn does have riding time locked up, so it's 4-1 on the scoreboard, but it will be 5-1 at the end of the match unless, another takedown's awarded. Quintero needs a stall call and a takedown to tie this thing up.
Goldie the Gopher just bouncing around like he got John Jones' autograph around here. Super happy.
There's the stall call against Flynn, so a point's going to be awarded to Quintero. It's 4-2 now.
Takedown would bring it to overtime. 5 seconds left. Flynn hanging on.
Yep. Good defense from Cooper Flynn there. Makes it a 5-2 decision for the Gophers. They now lead in the duel 21-3 after 6 matches. Good applause from the Gopher fans.
Now wrestling at 130.
Steveson.
Pretty cool to see John Jones here in attendance. And
he's got his camera out. He's filming it.
yeah.
I would assume Gable is going to get to work early.
Awesome double
Finishes
A.
a takedown to FILIPOVICH's back. He's trying to get near fall points. He's got that bottom leg turked.
Gable trying to score some near fall right in front of John Jones. And also to note, John Jones started in wrestling, started his career in wrestling. He's a 2005 New York State champ, then went on and won a JUCO national title for Central Iowa Community College. And right there, he's getting swipes.
10 and 11 on the season with a 6 and 7 dual record.
No swipes awarded yet.
And go out of bounds. Gable's going to start optional in this restart.
1 point on the release.
And on a lefty single right away, scores another 3 points.
Caught FILIPOVICH just leaning a little bit, but man, it's not a lot of people move like Gable.
He's ranked number 1 in the country with a 9-0 record. He's an Olympic gold medalist, 2-time NCAA champion.
FILIPOVICH was an Indiana State champion as well.
Hawks Trophy winner. He's 56 and 0.
Gable's got a cradle locked up, trying to hop up on top, but he's got himself in a bit of a extended situation here. 4 near fall, FILIPOVICH out for an escape.
3 near fall, Steveson. 1 point on the escape. For the boy.
Gable back in and another leg attack, finishes for another takedown. 12-2 lead.
Still the first period, Gable's up 12-2, and he's going for another cradle attempt. Now, when Gable was in middle school, he's originally from the
Indiana.
region area of Indiana, and I believe Vega helped coach him a little bit.
Okay. Ref holding 3 near fall. Gable's asking for the points, but ref's like, you got to let that leg go. You can't just let the hands go. You got to let him get back to his base. So 3 near fall for Gable, 15-2 lead. He's going to cut him loose. 15-3, one more takedown would make it a technical fall. And FILIPOVICH is standing there trying to fight him. He's doing his best. He's doing a good job. A snap down, go behind for Gable is another 18-3 technical fall. And that's 5 more team points for the Gophers. They now lead after 5 matches, 18-3. The crowd